We're live. Wait, when is my cue to start?
Not live for me yet.
Hey, good afternoon to anyone out there watching via YouTube Live, and for those of you joining us later on our YouTube channel or Instagram TV, we just want to welcome you to the MakeNew student panel, where we have two current Mason students here to answer any questions you might have about attending George Mason in the fall. My name is Perrin, and I'm one of the mentors for the MakeNew Fellowship at Mason. And joining me today are two students, Matt and Michaela. So in a moment, I'll give them an opportunity to introduce themselves, but I just want to let you know that if you have any questions throughout this stream, feel free to drop it into the chat. We'll have a time at the end where we'll take those questions and answer them, but we have a few topics that we thought you guys are probably wondering about, so we'll take some time to answer those, and then we'll get to your questions later. So again, my name is Perrin. Just to let you know a little bit about me, I am a Minnesota native. I grew up there, attended the University of Minnesota, studying sociology, and moved out to Virginia back in October to help with our MakeNew Fellowship here at Mason. So I'll turn it over to Matt and then Michaela to introduce themselves.
Thank you, Perrin. Hey guys, my name is Matthew, and yeah, I'm a computer science major here at Mason. I'm a senior, and just a fun fact about me is I like to microwave my cereal, I guess. Yeah, I don't know, it really tastes good.
What about you, Michaela?
I'm Michaela. I'm a junior pre-nursing student at Mason. And my fun fact, not quite as fun as yours, Matt, but I love zebras. They're my favorite animal. I don't know why. Maybe it's the stripes, but I just love them.
Black and white together is a good combo. Okay, so just to get started here, you guys both mentioned your majors. So I think that's probably something that a lot of incoming students are always wondering about. How do I choose a major? And then what is that process like? Do I need to know when I come in the first day, or do I have some time? So Matt, why don't you tell us how you chose your major?
Yeah, so I guess for me, originally I was actually computer engineering, and I guess it's because early on I kind of had that interest in computers. But what really helped for me was actually taking more classes kind of regarding my major. So like one of the first classes I took was an engineering class, and it was right then and there that I just realized I did not like engineering. Like I was not interested at all, and I was like, I can't do this. So yeah, that's really what told me to switch my major. So yeah, definitely look at like classes that are more like, you don't have to like make your first semester, but like kind of like take something to kind of like see if you're interested, and then see if you want to switch your major. Then yeah, I guess Michaela, what made you decide?
Yeah, so I kind of knew for a while before college that I wanted to go into the medical field in some way. And as I thought about it more, I chose nursing because I really like the personal connection that nurses get to make with their patients, you know, a little bit more than doctors sometimes. Plus, I knew I probably could not handle medical school. So I was like, maybe not. So nursing is still intense, but not quite as intense as becoming a doctor. So I figured that was probably the best route for me. Yeah, so I think that's the best advice I can give you, is to just know yourself and know what you like and what you're interested in, and also what you can and can't handle. That's probably the most important. As for like timing of choosing a major, I think it really depends on what you're looking into. Like for nursing, the GMU's nursing program starts your third year. So you kind of have to make a decision pretty early on because you need to do all the prerequisite classes. But for other ones, you can decide, I don't know, like your third year. So I would say talk to your academic advisor, like meet with them at least once a semester, bare minimum. They're there to help you every step of the way, and they're able to tell you, you know, when you really need to make that decision, and they can also help you in deciding on that. So talk to them a lot.
Solid advice. So the other thing that I feel like is probably on the mind of a lot of students is like housing. So you go off to college, moving away from home if you're living on campus, probably for the first time. But then you've got roommates, you've got different kinds of living situations. So do you guys mind sharing a little bit about what housing was like for you in your first years on campus? So why don't we start with Michaela?
So for housing, I think it depends a lot on the person and also what kind of room you're living in. So my first year, I was in an economy triple, which is basically the size of a double, but made for 3 people. So you can imagine how squished that would be. Thankfully, I only had one other roommate, so we weren't too tight, but it was still got a little tight sometimes. So I can't imagine what it would have been like with 3 people in there. So wouldn't recommend an economy triple. But overall, I never had any problems with housing on campus. It's actually a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. It's, a pretty easy way to meet new people because you're living with them every day. So I would recommend living on campus at least 1 or 2 years just to get that college experience.
And Matt, I've heard that you actually lived in an economy triple with 3 people. What was that like?
Yep, this is true. To say the least, yeah, just as Michaela rumored, it was pretty cramped. Yeah, I think definitely one of the hardest things was the fact that like someone on the top bunk would have to like climb like right above someone else a lot. So that was definitely a pretty tricky issue. But yeah, I mean, honestly, I still enjoyed it. I think just so long as you're open with each other, in terms of communication, just cleaning schedules, it's honestly a nice experience. Yeah, really, I think having that third person really makes it like nice, I guess, in the sense that you don't have to like completely split it up between 2 people. And it, I don't know, we really liked it, and we're still like really close.
Oh, that's pretty awesome. Yeah, those relationships you form with your roommates can become those friendships that kind of like take you through college the first year. So switching subjects a little bit more, but still on that topic of kind of getting to know people, forming community. Did you guys get involved with any campus groups your first years on campus? And what does that process look like? I'm sure lots of students have different interests and heard about those college groups you can join. So what does that look like at Mason?
I guess I'll start, I guess. Yeah, I think for one thing, the best thing to do is to start early. That's really important because during that time, you don't have any work to do and you don't have anything else to worry about. So yeah, definitely look around first around that time. I definitely recommend going on the Mason 360 website or app. It literally shows like pretty much all the events that are happening on Mason, and then like the different groups that are available, and just ways to just find information about them is a really helpful tool. And honestly, it's something that I'm still using, even though I'm like commuting, and it's like I've been using virtually away from campus. So yeah, definitely consider that early on.
Anything other advice you have to add to that, Michaela?
That was all good. Definitely. Yeah. Mason 360 is really helpful. I like looking at the calendar like every week and being like, ooh, I could go to that. I could go to that event. It's a lot of fun. I would also say, just like Matt said, start early. The first couple of weeks, Mason has a lot of like big events like Get Connected Fair, and like all of Welcome Week is a really great time. Just to go to different events, because there's a lot of different groups that will be at those events, advertising for their group, and you get a chance to like meet real people in those groups. So that's a lot of fun, and a good way to get connected in that way. I don't know exactly what it'll look like this coming semester, but I'm sure there will still be plenty of opportunities. So take advantage of those first couple of weeks, because like Matt said, you get busier in the semester. So
yeah. So as you guys went through that first year, did you, and even into your second and third years, did you guys have any experiences throughout college that seemed to be pretty formative, whether that's with campus groups or other things that you might have pursued, just even from Mason 360 or the Get Connected Fair? Why don't we start with you, Michaela? You seem to talk a lot about that Get Connected Fair.
Yeah, definitely getting those campus groups that I've gotten connected with have probably been the biggest like influential experience in my college life so far. The friendships that I've made, and MakeNew has been a big part of that for me. I met them my very first day when I moved in my freshman year. And I've been so welcomed from the very beginning. And I think it's really important to have that kind of support system around you in college to, motivate you and struggle with you, and to, just hang out with you when you need time to de-stress, because we all need time to relax. You can't go through college, go. You will burn out very quickly if you try to do that. So yeah, it's good to take those breathers and hang out with your friends. And plus, as a Christian, my MakeNew friends have helped motivate me in my faith as well. I used to be really nervous to talk about my faith in public, and I still get jittery sometimes. But having those friends around me to encourage me to get out of my comfort zone a bit has helped me become bolder. Also, they've helped me answer some of the questions that I've had about my faith. I grew up in a Christian home, but coming into high school and college, I had a lot of questions and even some doubts that I was thinking about. So MakeNew was never afraid to address those questions and address those doubts. They didn't shy away from them. So I've definitely just helped me grow stronger in my faith and figure out what I believe in. So yeah, I would say check out campus groups, find those places to make friends, and definitely come check out MakeNew if you're interested, because it's really for everyone. I mean, obviously we're a Christian group, but like I said, you can get a lot of different questions answered, and just learn more about Christianity in general if you're interested. So come check us out.
What about you, Matt? Anything you want to share?
Yeah, so kind of similar to what Michaela is saying. Definitely what really shaped my experience, the experience that really shaped me who I am today, was just getting more open towards people and just taking that step to having close relationships early on. Kind of similarly, pretty early in the year was when I really just went out to just look for campus groups, and that's where I met MakeNew. And I mean, really similarly, they're just really open to just constantly kind of reaching out to me and just finding ways to for me specifically, just to kind of, just kind of de-stress. And then also, it was just really nice to find that support group, kind of similar to what Michaela was saying. I guess kind of prior to college, I was kind of closed off and I kind of focused on work mainly. And kind of looking at it now, if I had kind of stayed that way, I would have been really stressed, kind of just through COVID and everything. So yeah, I've been really grateful to them. And, as a Christian, they really did answer a lot of questions that I had kind of early on through college. Specifically, if I were to go onto one specific experience, I would go over Course 101. It was kind of a course kind of to help answer a lot of questions that people that aren't too experienced with Christianity may have. So honestly, this group isn't so much for Christians, because it really just answers all those questions that you may have about Christianity. And they're really open to not just introduce you to Christianity, but again, just to be that support group. That support for you through college. So yeah, I guess if the experience would be to check out different campus groups that may be like this, that may be willing to kind of support you, and check out MakeNew.
Yeah. Thank you guys for sharing some of your experiences throughout college. And a lot of what you guys experienced, even though I didn't attend Mason, it's pretty true to just the college experience in general. So thanks again for just sharing your experiences and hopefully for those of you watching and joining us today, it kind of addressed a little bit of the questions you have, maybe some of the fears or anxieties you may have. But ultimately, as you get onto campus, you'll find that there are groups and people around campus who are there to help you succeed and thrive. So as you come to Mason, there's really nothing for you guys to fear. You'll be able to find those people to help you navigate just the ups and downs of going through a higher educational experience. So at this time, we're gonna see if there's any questions that were submitted throughout this time that we can answer. And then after we address a few of those questions, we're gonna wrap up with a few just kind of announcements of things that we here at MakeNew have coming up. So let me check it. We have some questions about food. I feel like food is a very, very important experience in college. You're not at home anymore where you have the benefit of your parents cooking for you. So you got to go to the dining hall, different campus eateries, places around campus. So can you guys talk a little bit about what kinds of food you can find on campus, what the dining hall experience is like, and then as well as those places that are like your go-to, and then places that you've eaten there once and once was good enough. So either of you guys, whoever wants to chime in.
I can say something. So I think the dining halls get a bad rap. I know a lot of people who adamantly hate the dining halls, but I personally felt that both Ike's and Southside, I thought they were pretty good. Personally, I feel Ike's is a bit better, but I lived near Ike's my first year, so I think it was biased to Ike's. But they have really good omelets, so definitely have some of those if you live near Ike's. But also the JC has a lot of food options. Some of them were closed during for the COVID regulations, so hopefully they're opening back up. But I love Panera. Panera is always a good option. We have Chipotle, which is, I know, really popular. So those are probably two of my favorites. But they also have Panda Express. It's kind of far away on the edge of campus, but that's one of my favorite spots too. So.
Matt, any recommendations to share with those joining us today?
Yep. So I guess kind of going off what Michaela said about the dining halls. I guess a year before, I would have said Southside is better, but honestly, at this point, I would go with Ike's. It's gotten much better. There is also the Globe dining hall. It's a little far though, so it is really good. Honestly, it's maybe the best for some people. Some kind of say it. I don't think it's worth it based on how far the Rock is, but if you are willing to try it, that's a place you can go to. And then kind of referring to kind of the different places to eat in the JC. So I wouldn't be too afraid of having to spend actual money if you're housing. How it works is that you get a certain amount of money to pretty much called bonus money, I think it was called. You get to spend on those different eateries for the semester. So don't be too afraid if you really don't like dining hall food, you can eat there. Definitely check those places out.
Yeah, sounds like food at Mason's pretty much can't go wrong. Yeah, there's something for everyone. Different locations too. And then I know University Mall, kind of an outdoor and off-campus kind of shopping area, but some of those places will take those bonus dollars, right? So you can, McDonald's I've seen, tropical smoothie, it's always a popular option. So yeah, don't worry about food as you come to Mason. I think you'll be in good hands. So we're just gonna wrap up here. I just want to thank Matt and Michaela again for joining us today and sharing their experiences. The things that went well, the things that they've learned throughout their times, and hopefully that can help those of you joining us today to just better navigate your Mason experience as you come to campus in the fall. So as we wrap up, just again want to let you guys know, as MakeNew Christian Fellowship, we're a campus group that's there whether you're Christian or not, to answer your questions and help you grow in your faith, and then do that to get together as a community. So we will be sharing a survey link that will allow you to get connected with us in the chat. And we also just have a little splash that we'll share on the video for those of you joining us afterwards with that URL that you can go to. If you're interested, whether it's to explore Christianity or you're looking to join a college fellowship, we welcome you to fill out that survey. And if you do, we'll send you a free welcome gift just for making contact with us. And we look forward to being able to meet you in person in this fall, or even virtually as you come. And speaking of meeting and greeting people, on August 10th, we're gonna have a meet and greet event. And that's just for any of you guys coming to Mason in the fall, in the Nova area, where it's possible for you to come and meet other students. We just wanna invite you guys out to that. You can check our Instagram for the exact time and location for that event, but just wanted to let you know that on August 10th, you guys can come meet some of the students and mentors, part of the MakeNew Fellowship, but as well as meet other class of 2025. And any of you 2024 students who might be coming to campus for the first time in the fall. So again, just want to thank you guys for joining us today. Hopefully you found some part of this helpful and beneficial, and we're excited to get to meet you guys in the fall and see you on campus. So see you later.